morning, campers. This is going to be a weird one because this video comes out first, but this is the third video I've recorded today. My brain just stopped working in the middle of that word. I don't know why. Mudslide, that's not good. Thank God that's not on the road. We're in Oregon. We just went up Cabbage Hill and we're heading eastbound near Starkey. Near the Starkey exit, mile 252 in Oregon. So we're coming up on the eastbound way station that's at the bottom of Ladd Canyon. Ladd Canyon? I think it's Ladd Canyon. I don't know. It's the canyon that you drop into on the east side of the Blues after you go over Cabbage Hill. So we're just dropping into the canyon now. I did 3 videos today, including this one. So I've lost my voice. I'm so sorry. This is a horrible way to start. But I need something that's shorter that I can upload now. Because I've done 3 videos and they're going to come out in the opposite order, I think. Because the first video turned out to be 35 minutes long. And that was just like, how did I get here? Who am I? Where am I? Like, what makes me me? And then, engine brakes. We're doing a really long deadhead right now, a 600-mile deadhead to get a really good load out of Idaho. Because we just did a reset in Portland. Got to hang out with a friend of mine, Christy. Round the corner. She took me out to dinner, and then I did the thing I do where I just steal the kiosk thing, the little tablet, and paid for the dinner anyway. I love doing that at those places. Yeah, so did a reset in Portland, heading east to pick up a really good load out of Idaho. Train! Yay! And yeah, so I recorded a 35-minute how did the child that was old me turned into the adult that is myself, and Ellie. And so I did 35 minutes. That went way too long. And I'm like, okay, I need to record something else that I can actually upload faster. So I have something that goes up for the weekend. And so I decided to record an Avengers review to put up on Monday, and then that turned out to be 20 minutes. 25 minutes? Yeah, so that was an hour of recording between the 2 videos. I talked about Avengers Endgame for 25 minutes. How? That's terrible. Did you just hit the wall? That pickup that just passed me just grazed the Jersey barrier in the middle with one of his tires. Because he cut that turn so tight. That's so dumb. How are you that bad of a driver? Just stay in your lane. Alright. Well, too bad you guys aren't looking forward. That would have been funny. He's fine. He didn't wreck. He just grazed the wall and kicked up a bunch of dust and kept going. But yeah. So I don't know what I need a video that's nice and short. This one's already at 4 minutes, so I'm doing good of just making content that I can upload today. I want to keep this one under 10 minutes, so we're gonna wrap it up in about 5. But yeah, so we're doing really well. I don't like doing resets when I can avoid them, but we had a really good week last week, which means my hours were shot. The better your week is, the worse your next week is, because of federal hours of service regulations that limit you to 70 work hours in a single week. So we sat up in Portland after delivering a load of bacon that we picked up in Montana. And Portland's kind of a dead zone for Prime's cargo. There's not really anything that comes out of Portland. We've picked up beer from Oregon Transfer on the northwest side of town near Jubitz. Well, I guess the north side of town, not really northwest. But on the north side of town near Jubitz, we picked up beer before, and I've never gotten that load since. So slightly unfortunate. We're in a canyon, so I actually have to do some maneuvering occasionally, so my focus is on the road primarily with the talking secondary. But every time I look in my right mirror, it looks like I'm looking at you guys. That's great, because I got my sunglasses on and you can't tell. So it works out content-wise. But yeah, so we delivered the load of bacon and we went to park and they couldn't find me a load that I could do with my hours. So it's like, all right, well, just throw me whatever you can throw me. And they sent me a load. I'm like, oh, I can just finish a 34 before we pick this load up. So I did that. Now we've got a full 70 hours to work again. But this paycheck is going to kind of suck a little bit because I don't think this load is going to deliver before Tuesday. Because today is Sunday, the 5th of May, Cinco de Mayo. Yesterday was Star Wars Day, May the 4th. But yeah, so this load's not going to deliver until after Tuesday, which means we won't get paid for it until the following week. So this week, the only load I'm getting paid for is the bacon load we just delivered. So it'll be just barely enough to cover my truck payment. Maybe. I might actually be a negative settlement, honestly, because it's only a single load. Because my loads from the previous week, my previous load, the one I delivered on Tuesday last week, got pushed onto that paycheck. And then we did one load and a reset. So, not ideal. Not ideal at all. But the bacon load paid pretty well, so, you know, we might actually get close to coming out even on this week. But, you know, I made over $2,000 take home the week before, so it evens out. And then next week, because we'll have, yay, the way station's closed. And next week, we'll be in really good shape, because we'll have this load, and then we'll have enough time for the next week to run like 2 or 3 more. And with no issues. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. This is our bad week for pay. It's going to be, but that's fine. I just added $2,000 something to my bank account, so I'm all right. we're good. That's my recovery from taxes done. I've got to put like half of this into savings for next year's or next quarter's taxes. So the joys of being an owner-operator. Uncle Sam coming after my money. I'm not an owner-operator. I'm a lease operator. I lease this truck from my company. I do not own this truck. I might never own this truck. It is simply a lease, which is good because that makes it a business expense, since I may or may not end up owning the truck. If it's a loan that I'm going to own the truck at the end of, then I have to treat it as a business asset. But as a lease, it is simply a business expense, which is better for me tax-wise. Why did y'all get in front of me just to slow down? What is the logic here? I'm going to pass you. And y'all are going to speed up, and it's going to be really annoying. I don't like being in the left lane. I don't want to be in the left lane. This makes no sense. This is not fun. I don't like passing people. I especially don't like passing more than one person at a time. But these two people both passed me and then slowed down below 60 miles an hour. So I was like, all right, cool. And of course, yeah, they definitely picked up at least a little bit of speed there as I was coming around them. I love it when people do that. Like, they're just not paying attention and their speed drops because they're not on cruise control. And then you start passing them and they speed up again because they kind of like just subconsciously match your speed, because that's how drivers do. Very much of driving is on autopilot, and a lot of it in a car has to do with I just hit a big bug. A lot of driving in a car has to do with kind of autopiloting through life, and you just subconsciously match speed with the vehicles around you. It's very frustrating when you're in a speed governed truck that people do that, but you know, it's fine. Cruise control on, back on, now that I've passed and we're out of the canyon. nice and chill. But yeah, so good week coming up, I think, after this one. And we've got a really cool load. We're going to end up in Illinois, which will be the farthest east we've gone in months. Though I've got a new no zone for this truck. There's some kind of bug, a spotted lanternfly, that is being quarantined in Pennsylvania, in the DC area, southeast New York, Northern Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, parts of New Jersey. It's already an area I don't want to get to, but it also includes some of the areas I was okay with in Pennsylvania. And there's a permit that you have to have now going in there to show that you understand what the quarantine for the spotted lanternfly is, and that you have checked your vehicle for spotted lanternflies and are not carrying them out of the quarantine zone. And I would just rather not deal with that, so we're just not going to go there until this is dealt with, or until the spotted lanternfly is either dealt with or promptly ignored and allowed to become the new invasive master species of this planet and take over. And eventually a spotted lanternfly will be driving this truck instead of me. But we're going to put that off as long as possible. So hopefully, eventually, the robot trucks will have to fight with the spotted lanternfly trucks. And for my job, which will be, as long as I still own the truck, I win either way. That's another reason I might not actually end up owning this truck, is I think before my lease ends, we might have robotic trucks coming in, or at least partially self-driving trucks. So I'll probably just I'll probably wrap this lease up and jump into a new truck in 3 or 4 years, instead of finishing out this lease and buying Apophis for a discount. Because I would very much like to be in one of those trucks that is that has the autopilot features, because I like seeing the new stuff. And I know I'm the kind of driver that understands this stuff and pays attention and can handle a partially automated vehicle. Because a lot of drivers take these new improvements and use them as excuses to be lazy and to not pay attention. That's right, I'm watching you, car. To not pay attention, to just not be you see people driving with their feet up on the dash sometimes, and that sort of thing. And you know that once the truck can drive itself, there's going to be people who set the cruise control and then stand up and go into the back. And I know I'm not going to be one of those people. So I want to see what that kind of truck can do with a driver that's paying attention. I think it's basically just going to be I sit in the driver's seat and watch as the truck drives itself down the interstate, and that's going to be kind of neat, I think. Ugh. And then eventually I won't need to be in the driver's seat at all times while the truck is on the freeway. And then you can do stuff like set the truck to drive overnight, go to sleep, fill up the fuel tank and then go to sleep. Then wake up 500 miles closer to your destination. That'd be kind of cool. I don't want my CB on making noise during this video. But yeah, so I've already gone over 10 minutes. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Ellie O'Dare, AzarAngel17 on Twitch, Ellie O'Dare everywhere else. And yeah, you can come say hi on the Twitters at Ellie O'Dare, no apostrophe in the username. That's the best place to get a hold of me. Try not to look like a robot. Give yourself a unique username that doesn't have a bunch of the auto-generated strings of numbers after it, because those are usually bots, so a lot of people ignore those. Myself partially included. If I get followed by an account that's just a shortened version of the person's display name and then a bunch of numbers, I usually look at the account and see how old it is. If it's an hour old, I just block it. Or if they have no likes, no data, nothing to indicate they are a real person. If their entire timeline is just retweets and super generic things that they've posted from apps that are not Twitter, then I just usually snap block. So try not to look like a robot. Have a username that's you. Be you. Be a real person, and you will get blocked less on Twitter. And actually tweet things. Tweet words, not just don't just retweet Especially don't just retweet porn accounts or something. That'd be horrible. Like, those are snap blocks for almost everybody. Those people are creepy. Those people are very creepy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Ellie O'Dare. Have a great day. My last outro got ruined by a bird, but this one didn't. But that'll be the next video, so the next outro gets ruined by a bird. It makes sense. It's time travel. It's complicated, you know. In the words of the immortal Allie Knight. Oh, she should be back soon, I think.